again. This is the link. So what I'll do is from here. Let me put the screen to you first. So you can see.
Well, can you send me that, and then that way you don't have to leave it. Oh, here we go. Good.
Okay. So right here, right in front of you. If you're gonna introduce a squad, you can go to squad. And
Okay, cool.
It'll pop up right here.
Excellent.
Just like a second.
Well, send me that whole thing,
Sure.
and then so you can save your
So
phone.
then you can announce that we're live right now.
One.
We are.
Are you muted or not? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the live broadcast of the Liberty Cup semi-final and finals day action here from beautiful Bolingbroke Stadium on what appears to be another gorgeous day on this July 4th long weekend. Happy birthday to the USA. As you see on your screen, or I should say, this match is between the United Maharishi Cricket Club, which is a combination of two teams from our weekend league, the United 11 and Maharishi CC, and they will be playing against the Midwest Cricket Club. Midwest won their first two pool matches and qualified automatically for this first semi-final. United Maharishi came in through the qualifying backdoor process where they won yesterday's qualifier match to make it through to this morning's semi-final. We see the United Maharishi squad on screen. United Maharishi, as you see down the bottom there, won the toss, elected to bat. We have Ahmed Qureshi, Ravinder Singh, Samir Khan, Saral Gupta, Zahin Rupani, Saiteja, Arijit Singh, Deepak Sethi, Mantu Mishra, Harsha Chowdhury and Hamza Arshad are your playing 11 for United Maharishi. The opening batsmen are just walking to the crease, Ahmed Qureshi and Ravinder Singh. We'll put the squad for the other team up. Here we are. This is we'll see coming up on your screen here in just a flash is the Midwest Cricket Club playing 11. They again did not win the toss and they were asked to field. We have Fahad Baba, USA player, Fahad Khan, Shahir Hassan, Zohad Hussain, Rahim Rupani, Adnan Bajwa, Ali Rashid, Asad Lala, Dani Sheikh, Nasser Hayat and Fahad Muhammad as your playing 11 for Midwest Cricket Club. We see the umpires just getting things all set to start the match here. We are running just a few minutes behind for this day, but it is a beautiful day, so no one's going to complain about being outside for an extra 10 or 15 minutes today. All right, umpires are getting themselves in position. We have the umpires today, umpire Lakmal and umpire Mateen Inamda, who's our head umpire for the Bolingbroke Cricket League, also for the Midwest region for USA Cricket. He looks after 11 states from memory to coordinate all the umpiring goings on and training and that sort of thing to bring the level of umpiring in this country up to a standard. There are some very good umpires around the country, but we want to standardize that process to make sure that US cricket has a good batch of umpires to officiate in all the matches going forward. We see Ahmed Qureshi will be on strike for the first delivery of the match here in just a minute. It's taking guard. Yes, another beautiful day here in Bolingbroke. Temperatures, I believe, will be right around the late 80s, 90 mark. For those of you who follow in Celsius, that's around 31, 32, 33 degrees Celsius. So a beautiful warm summer's day here at the Bolingbroke Stadium. If you find yourself in the area, we'll be playing two semi-finals today. This one's scheduled to go right now. The second semi-final will be a little bit later on today, about 1 o'clock after the completion of this match. That match will be between the Lahore Qalandars and the Incredibles. And then the final of this Liberty Cup competition will take place at the completion of the second semi-final, somewhere around 4:30, 5 o'clock. We'll be going live with the final of the Liberty Cup. Again, happy birthday USA, liberty to all. And let's get this match underway. My name is Julian, and I'll be your commentator for this first match. I'll be joined later on today by Sharik Sheikh, who is just tied up this morning. And a good delivery to start the match. Fahad Khan coming around the wicket with it's an approach he's been taking probably for most of this season, with the intent of trying to cramp the right-handed batsman for room, and in this case a nice short length delivery for no run. That one was a little bit shorter, an attempted pull shot. I think was beaten a little bit for pace, didn't quite get onto that one. Fortunately didn't get much of it at all. High off the bat, perhaps off the glove, and lobbed away onto the leg side safely for a run. So the United Maharishi are on the board. First run of the day. Just a dot ball there, as we see Ravinder to take strike again. Awkwardly played. Good delivery up there in the proverbial block hole from Fahad Khan. Ravinder just clamps down on it safely in the end, although looks like he was a bit bamboozled momentarily. Feel free to provide any comments in the comment section of this broadcast. Just whipped away on the leg side there by Ravinder. Not quite enough power to go to the boundary. Falls 4 or 5 yards inside the boundary. And back for a relatively simple 2 runs. So Ravinder finds himself off the mark. United Maharishi move on to 3 runs. Coming at you today on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live on the Bolingbroke Premier League Cricket YouTube channel. Nicely just worked around the corner there by Ravinder for an easy single to end the over. So a good over there from Fahad to get things underway. Well played out by the United Maharishi batsman, picking up 4 runs at the end of 1. We'd like to thank all the participants who have participated in this Liberty Cup this weekend. We had the Tennessee All-Stars coming up making the 8-hour drive up from Tennessee, from Nashville, to come participate in this tournament. Unfortunately, they bowed out at the qualifier phase yesterday, being beaten by the United Maharishi squad. But we do thank them for coming up all the way. They might be at the ground here later on this morning to watch a little bit of the cricket before they head back to Nashville. And if they are, they're welcome to come by the commentary box, and you might just ask them a few questions about what they thought about the tournament. And of course, thank you to all the participants from around the Chicago area coming to give their time to the Liberty Cup. We do believe it is the premier competition here, or tournament here on this Liberty weekend, USA 4th of July weekend here in the Chicago area, and will get bigger and better going forward in 2022 and beyond. Everyone's coming out of the post-pandemic phase and getting themselves back into full swing. Nasser Hayat coming in with the first delivery, a bit of a loosener outside the off stump. We've paused. Hassan, we've paused. Our feed just stopped. I don't know what's happening here. Not sure if people can hear me out there. Apologise for the broadcast delay in video here. Of course, live broadcast is always fraught with a few glitches once in a while. Technology is wonderful, but not always 100% perfect. If you can hear me, there was just a single taken there by Ravenda off the second volley over by Nasir, just dribbled out to the leg side. Shy at the stumps. Yeah, it was a shy at the stumps. It was actually quite a good shy at the stumps. Knocked the stumps over, but quite safely home. And here we are back. Got the video glitch taken care of. Ahmed Qureshi just taking guard at the southern end of the ground. And Nasser just trying to work himself into full gear here. A little gentle outswinger there. Slight mix up between the wickets, but no run. Back home safely. Nasser just seemed to be coming in at about 3/4 pace at the moment. He's certainly capable of generating more pace, but it is early on a Monday morning, holiday weekend here in Chicago area. Perhaps he was enjoying some of the fireworks last night, stayed up a little bit too late and just trying to wake himself up a bit. And umpire Martin Inamda calls a wide, just drifted down the leg side. He has been getting some gentle outswing, but on that occasion did not generate the swing to come back in towards the bowler and end up straying down the leg side. Attempted much of the same. The ball's not swinging too much so far, apart from the first few deliveries. Nasser seems to have lost his swing. Again, just straying down the leg side. Get a view from our side on camera there. Ahmed has been in very good form. A couple of good innings this weekend so far. And perhaps Nasser was out a little bit too late enjoying fireworks and has decided to change his approach, come around the wicket, see if he can correct the radar somewhat. That was an awkward looking delivery. So just apologising to Ahmed, just slipped out of the hand. There's no indication of any malice in that delivery, but that did catch Ahmed off guard, but has been called a no ball. Quite rightly, it was well above the waist. So that brings on the modern day invention in cricket here, the free hit. Back in the day when I was watching West Indies and Australia at the SCG, none of this existed. Viv Richards could have done quite a lot with this. As it was, straying wide, trying to minimise the damage, but strayed a little too far wide down the offside. Ahmed attempted to have a swing, but we will get a replay of the free hit coming up right now. So awkward looking over so far from Nasser. Hasn't given up too many runs, but lots of extra balls coming up. And pretty fair effort on that free hit there. Didn't quite time it. A big pull shot towards the mid-wicket region. Perhaps came through a little bit early on that shot. Didn't quite time it. And was unable to get full value for his shot. But nonetheless, picked up 2 runs quite safely. Better looking delivery, but driven nicely straight to mid-off. Shy at the stumps from Fahad Baba, and very accurate throw, but Ahmed was very safely home. So after all is said and done, we still have one legal delivery remaining in this over, the second over of the match. And Maharishi, United Maharishi I should say, should be fairly happy with the start so far. Ravinder getting into the action here. He's been deprived of the strike for a while. An agricultural swipe to the leg side, but picks up 2 runs. Moves us along to the end of the second over. We are now 15 runs on the board for United Maharishi. No wickets down. Moving along quite nicely for the moment. Still plenty of time left in this match, of course, but off to a good start. So yes, it's a rather beautiful day here in Bolingbrook. We have been blessed with some wonderful weather this weekend. Yesterday was well into the 90s, maybe a touch cooler today, but plenty of sun, cloudless skies, beautiful day for cricket, gentle breeze blowing across the ground, just helping to cool things off, especially here in the commentary box. Give a big shout out to the brothers Zahin and Rahim Rupani for providing some donuts for the crew here today. Thank you very much. And of course the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, which I'm enjoying right now, although I did bring my own coffee mug from home, so to his chagrin I'm not advertising Dunkin' Donuts. I'm drinking out of a mug from another well-known coffee store, which I'm not going to mention on air. Although I do say the Dunkin' Donuts coffee is far superior to this other one from this mug I'm drinking out of. You can guess the name of it. It's actually named after a character in Moby Dick. And we see the venomous Asad Lala coming on. He has picked up numerous wickets in the night competition, the Nine Sports T20 Cup that is also being played here at Bolingbrook. He's the leading wicket taker in that competition. He's also picked up some vital wickets this weekend. He does not look venomous, but he's a very wily spinner. He comes on for his first over and just a run off the first ball. A little shuffling action to the crease. Almost a 2-step there. Ends up getting about 5 or 6 steps into about a 2-metre run-up. We might have to start calling him Twinkle Toes. He certainly relies on a lot of flight and loop in his deliveries, as we saw right there. Here's the replay of it. You'll see how he gets some nice flighted action and then drops down and awkwardly lands in an awkward position for the batsman Ravinder. He manages to squirt it away for a run. Let's get a little bit of drift in the air as well, a little bit of in-drift on this occasion, just sliding the ball with the breeze coming across the ground from right to left on your screen. And probably the most important part about Asad's bowling is he's very consistent. He rarely delivers a stray or a loose delivery. That one's a little bit wider outside the off stump and was able to be successfully driven through the covers for 2 runs. By Ahmed. Again, Ahmed has been in some excellent form this weekend, as well as during our weekend league and the night league. He's actually having a very good year this year so far. See keeper Sanjay Anand on strike with the baseball style protective equipment. Another good shot there by Ahmed, picking up 2 runs. Yes, he's adopted the baseball style equipment, which certainly, if it protects your head, that's all we ask. But probably looks like it may give him a little bit more vision in general as a keeper. And a very tidy over there from us. I did give up 6 runs off it, but in T20 cricket that is certainly acceptable. But it was managed to fool the batsman with some drift and guile. So he'll be excited to see how this plays out for the remainder of his of this innings. We have Fahad Khan, he bowled the first over of the match. He's just changing ends. Going to come on from the north end of the ground, from the container end. And he'll be hoping the breeze coming across the ground will help him to take the ball away from the right-hand batsman. And again, adopting his preferred round-the-wicket method. It's over-pitched a little bit there, driven through for an easy single down to Fahad Baba at mid-off. Shout out to some of the people watching there. We've got Jason from the Fenders Cricket Club watching. Give us a wave. We have VJ from the very well-known Cardinals United Cricket Club, playing the BPL. I've been one of the BPL stalwarts for a number of years, since its inception, I believe, around 10 years ago. I've been with BPL for the last 7 years. Seems like 27. Oh, I'm sorry, that was my wedding. That was my marriage. Awkwardly played, inside edge on that one by Ahmed. Fortunate not to drag it back onto the stumps, delivering that right up on the crease line. Distinctive lack of footwork on that occasion. I was rather poking at it with a slanted bat. Better delivery from Fahad. Just dropping a little bit short, perhaps taking a little bit of pace off that. Ravinder was through his shot far earlier than he would have liked and missed completely. Unfortunate not to have the off stump removed from the ground. That was a That was a sharp chance, taking it mid on. Yes, Ravinder got on that one. He actually drew it fairly firmly. Sharp chance taken by... who caught that one? We'll find out. I can't quite see the fielder from here, but we'll find out who that was. Okay, we have confirmation that it was Nasser taking a really very sharp chance there to dismiss Ravinder. Ravinder was starting to look a little dangerous. Didn't quite get going and was obviously out before he could get a chance to get fully underway. So a good wicket and vital wicket there by Midwest. They'd be happy to get that to help pin back United Maharishi, who are off to a fairly solid start at the moment. But it did take a good catch to remove the batsman. Quite often we see some of those chances go down. We've had a couple of injuries so far this week, unfortunately. We had a split finger webbing which required 6 or 7 stitches, I believe, and perhaps a hairline fracture to a finger. And we also had an unfortunate fielder cop a ball in the face. Thankfully, I don't think there was too much long-term damage, but certainly not pleasant. If anyone's ever broken a nose, and I know I have, it is not fun at all. Fahad coming in for the final ball of the over, but unfortunately did drift down the leg side, so we'll get to replay that one. Extra run and an extra delivery. So far in just 4 overs we've had about 7 or 8 extras given away by the Midwest Cricket Club. And again we see another delivery down the leg side, called wide by umpire Martini Namdar. Certainly not a controversial decision on that case. We do have some of the best umpires, or the best umpires I think, in the Chicago area, and because I umpire as well in the league on occasions, I like to include myself in that. So let some of you players and viewers out there judge for yourself. But so far no one's threatened to attack me with any decisions, so I'm assuming that I'm doing okay. And finally Fahad finds the radar, gets back on track, delivers a Yorker delivery for a dot ball finally to Harshad Chowdhury, the new batsman. Forgot to mention who the new batsman was, that's my oversight there. But that brings us to the end of 4 overs. United Maharishi 27 for 1. There's Harshad's figures for today. He's only faced the one legal delivery. He faced about 4 or 5 balls, but just the one legal delivery, and yet to get off the mark. Again, we're back to Ahmed Qureshi on strike. Asad Lala to continue, just tucked around the corner. Ahmed's moved along into double figures. Asad now going to be bowling to the left-hander Harshad. Just taking guard. See, Harshad has 58 matches of various types in various competitions within the Bolingbroke Premier League. 1,200 runs, and we see him pick up an additional 6 on that occasion. A beautiful shot. Asad just drifting into the wheelhouse. Harshad able to free his arms, get full extension. And a nice stroke through the bat, played through the ball, into the gentle breeze, but still managed to clear the boundary with ease. Six very valuable runs and a good shot in the first maximum of the day. Again, if you're in the area, come on down and enjoy some fine cricket. Looks like it should be a great day of finals here at the Bolingbroke Stadium on a beautiful day. What better day to be outside? A little bit quicker delivery there, drifting into his legs. Was able to work it away for a single, but that Asad decided to follow up with a quicker delivery, not allowing the batsman room to swing through the ball, and as it was, just tapping away for a single. Asad to his preferred right-handers. And as we see there, he managed to cramp Ahmed for a little bit of room. Ahmed played through with the shot, didn't quite time that, and straight into the safe hands of Rahim Rupani down there on the long on boundary. So another good wicket there, just That's what Midwest will be looking for right now. Here in the 5th over, still within the 6-over power play period, and have picked up 2 early wickets. Picked up the 2 openers, including that of Maharishi, who has been in fine form. But speaking of fine form, that brings to the crease, who'll be up at the non-strikers end. It's going to be Samir Khan, who yesterday played very well in the qualifying final for United Maharishi. I believe he, with a quick fire going in at first drop yesterday, I believe he picked up a yeah. Oh, sorry. We're just bringing up the Ahmed's dismissal there. Ahmed Qureshi, 10 runs of 13 deliveries, caught by Rahim Rupani, bowled by Asad Lala. Yes, yesterday with Samir Khan, picked up 45 runs in 32 deliveries to help United Maharishi reach a total of 180, defeating the Tennessee All-Stars by 33 runs in the end. So he has been in fine form. Again, Samir's up at the non-strikers end. The batsman did cross while the ball was in the air. Harshad is going to continue on strike. He's already picked up 1 beautiful 6 over long on. He's hoping to continue that. Squirted through the point region. A square drive of sorts. Sliding feeling of effort, perhaps a little unnecessary with the slide there, since the ball had already come to a stop. But easy 2 runs. And a full toss straight down to long on for just a single. Arshad perhaps was looking to do a little more with that, but nonetheless he's moved on to 10 runs at the end of 5 overs. Arshad with 10 runs off 6 deliveries. He'll retain the strike for the start of the 6th over. Samir Khan is yet to face a ball. We have 1 over left in the power play. United Maharishi 37 runs for 2 wickets down. So in a pretty decent decent spot right now after 5 overs, but the 2 wickets may affect them. If Midwest can continue to pick up wickets as they go along, they can hopefully keep the run rate or the flow of runs to a minimum. And there's the worm. We all love the worm. We'll see if we get enough commentary out, enough requests here in the comment section. Perhaps we'll see if we can get Mira Lee to do the worm on the pitch during the change of innings. He's yet to know that, so put the comments in commentary, and we all want to see Mir do the worm. Let's put it out there. Let's see Mir do the worm. Let's see Mir do the worm. We have Shashank Garamangu watching the live broadcast. He's one of our, even though he's fairly young, at the age of 19 I believe, he's one of our seasoned umpires here in the Bolingbroke Premier League. He does a lot of games and he's very good. And he also plays for the Super Kings in our T30 competition on the weekends. That brings Danish Sheikh into bowl. Danish Sheikh, he's definitely a danger man with the bat. He can also handy bowler, can pick up some vital wickets. Starts with a good delivery coming around the wicket to the left-hander, short of a length. He also has he's a relatively tall man with a high bowling action, so that helps him get some extra bounce off the pitch. So let's see if Danish lives up to his nickname of Danger Dan with the ball. Just drifting into the pads on that occasion. Able to be worked around the corner for a single. That brings Samir Khan on strike to face his first delivery. Been out there for about 4 or 5 minutes already, but yet to face a ball. I know. A little bit wideish there. Samir, facing his first delivery, was able to get a good piece of the bat onto that ball, able to free his arms. He'd be happy to have that as a first up delivery. Able to work it away for 2. We did see Samir play a similar shot yesterday after he'd been in for a while with the iron, able to play a big shot over cover for 6. But at the moment he's still just getting his eye in, getting the feel of the ball onto the bat. That one seemed to come right off the middle, straight to the fielder for no run, but again, it's always a good feeling when you can find the middle of the bat with the ball. Put me on mute. Apologise for the pause in commentary there. We just had to make sure the scoring was correct. Samir did get 2 runs off the third ball of that over, and followed by 3 dot balls to finish. So a good over by Danish. Only the 3 runs coming from it. We now have Harshad going to be facing the first ball of the 7th over. Again, we remind people of the ICC regulations that we abide by here in the Bolingbrook Premier League for all our competitions for the T20s. First 6 overs of the match are played under power play rules, just 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. And at the end of 6, United Maharishi have 40 runs for 2 wickets down. Asad Lala to continue, squirted away to player in the covers, fielder in the covers for just the 1 run. So now, this being the 7th over of the match, Midwest Cricket Club are allowed 5 fielders outside the 30-yard circle if they choose. It looks like they're just going to have 3 to start with now. 1 down at long on, 1 down at long off, and then 1 down at deep mid-wicket for the right-hand batsman. Everyone else is staying around the 30-yard circle. 6 fielders on the 30-yard circle. see that one just tapped away to the leg side. Between the two fielders there, we've got a fielder behind square leg. We had Fahad Khan, was that a mid-wicket region or wideish mid-wicket? Had to chase the ball to his right to field that one. Got the left-hander on strike. Similar field to the left-hander. Lofted straight down to log on for 4 runs. Long off, I apologise. To long off for 4 runs. Rahim Rupani was had come in a little bit too far. If you're going to be back, you should probably be back on the boundary, not at the 45-yard mark. And as it was, the ball went over his head. If he'd stayed where he was, the ball would have been either right into his hand, or at least he would have been able to field it to prevent the boundary. It's easier to come in to catch a ball than it is to try backtracking over your head. Now I'm drinking the fabulous Dunkin' Donuts coffee, courtesy of Zaheen Rupani, and it is quite tasty, even though I'm drinking it black. Because the cream that usually accompanies it has gone AWOL. Nonetheless, as far as black coffee goes, it does taste good. Any of you Black Flag fans out there might enjoy the song Black Coffee, sung by Henry Rollins. There's probably none of you out there apart from me. Just tap back to the bowler there. Another big hit. There is a fielder coming across from the Cow Corner region. Fielded and just limited the batsman to 1 run. Perhaps should have pushed a little harder for the second. Although the fielder did manage to pick it up clean, he didn't feel any pressure on that occasion. Another square drive through the point cover region, cover point region I guess we'd call it, for an easy single to bring us to the end of 7 overs. Asad Lalo, off his 3 overs, given up 24 runs, including 1 6 and 1 4. He has picked up a vital wicket, continues his trend of picking up crucial wickets, a little bit more expensive than he typically likes. United Maharishi 48 runs on the board, going just under 7 runs and over after 7 with 2 wickets down. So right now they're looking in pretty decent shape. Probably looking to keep tapping the ball around, picking up 6, 7, 8 runs and over for the next 3 to 5 overs. And if they don't lose any wickets, they'll be in a good position to push on from that point. Hopefully pick up a tally in the region of yesterday's score, where they qualified with 180 runs on the board. And if that's the case, Midwest Cricket, who have some pretty dangerous batting lineup, but that should put some pressure on them. So I think a minimum of 160 would be their target right now. Danish Sheikh continuing from the north end. Big appeal for something. That came right off the middle of the bat, turned around the corner, straight to the fielder standing behind square leg. Shy at the stumps. If he had hit, the batsman might have been in trouble. As it was, he missed by a few feet. Ultimately an eventful single. We see seen the tendency by Harshad to be attacking the ball mostly to the leg side. So we have 2 fielders deep on the leg side here, deep mid wicket and deep square leg. We have a long on and a long off as well. And instead does not try a big shot, but just tries to poke it around the corner Not sure if that came off glove or straight on the thigh pad, but dropped at his feet and no run. And Danish, very quick to field off his own bowling there. An elegant looking latish cut shot there. Didn't quite get the full run off the bat, but managed to just avoid the batsman down in the gully, the fielder, sorry, down in the gully region for a single. Harshad moves along to 18. Slower delivery, well picked up there by Samir Khan. Just driven away effortlessly to the cover region for an easy single. That's a big hit. Certainly got all of that. Cleared the boundary with ease. Cleared the long on boundary by at least 10 metres for a big 6. Nice looking shot there from Harshad. And that was a definitely a batsman's stroke. Was not a hoik, was not a club. It was nicely stroked through the ball. That was a good shot. Danish is just collecting himself there. He's bowled very well so far apart from that delivery. Even with that 6, his figures are looking pretty decent. Just 12 runs coming off his nearly 2 overs. Flick towards the leg side. The batsman there, sorry, the fielder there behind square leg. That's Assad. He's just telling his other fielder to please back up when I take a shot at the stumps. Thankfully for Harshad, he's not loft that as much as he intended, or might have gone straight into Assad's hand. Fell a few feet in front of him, managed to keep it to a dot ball. So at the end of 8, we have United Maharishi moving along now at just over 7 runs and over. 57 on the board, 2 wickets down. And Zaheen has arrived to the commentary box to apologise for not bringing cream with the coffee.
My bad. I totally forgot.
Minor oversight. Again, we do appreciate the coffee and the donuts. The donuts as well, quite delicious. I did have 2 of them, I admit. If any of you dietitians out there watching, it's a holiday. Let me have my fun. Although at my age I can't have too much of that now. I'm not 17 anymore. Some of that doesn't process quite as quickly as it once did. Hence the subscription to CrossFit classes that I occasionally try to get to. We have a bowling change. It is Adnan coming on to bowl. It's Adnan Bashwa. We'll have Samir Khan on strike. He hasn't had a lot of strikes since he's been at the crease now for about 20 minutes, only faced 8 deliveries. Just getting the field in position. Again, 5 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle if they care to use them. They only have 4, it appears, right now. That is a good looking shot. Shortish delivery, it wasn't too wide. Samir managed to give himself some room outside the off stump. Playing off the back foot, lofted delivery, deliberate shot, certainly nothing edgy about that one. It was a deliberate shot right off the middle of the bat, deliberately lofted over the gully region for 6. That was a good looking shot. Let's give the man credit for that one. Again, Trey's similar shot, a little bit quicker, a little bit closer to the stump, so ultimately a little bit cramped for room. Did fall safely in the cover region for an easy single.
He's not a slogger. You don't need this.
But Samir looks like he's trying to get on with things here. And Harshad is certainly finding some good form at the moment with 24 off 16. He's batting quite nicely. United Maharishi would be very happy if these two batsmen continue in this vein for the next 5 or 6 overs, creating a good foundation for what might be a big score. And an edge! Ball outside off stump, tried to pull it through to the leg side. Got a top edge on that, straight through to Sanjay Anand. And just flat out drop. Should have had that one. He did have to move quite a way to his left to almost to a first slip, 1.5 slip region, but he did get there in time, did get both of his gloves onto the ball, and that one should have been taken. Sanjay has proven himself to be a good keeper in all competitions in the BPL lately, but he'll rue that chance. Well, hopefully he won't rue it. They don't want to give any batsman, especially one that seem to be in good form, a second chance. But they have on this occasion. Let's see if Harshad can take advantage of his good fortune on that occasion. Good delivery there, a little bit quicker. Got some good bounce on that one. Some steepling bounce, you might say. Samir was playing the shot, expecting it to bounce a little bit lower. He swung underneath the ball.
Good bowling, Adnan.
Fuller length delivery.
Very good bowling.
And because of the previous delivery had pegged Samir onto the back foot, and a rather inelegant swat on that occasion by Samir. Adnan's up after that first delivery 6 has fought back very nicely here for this over. Slower delivery, a little bit of in swing, was drifting down the leg side, hit the Samir on the pad. Samir originally looking for the ball to be on the offside, trying to free his arms. As it was, end up cramping himself for room. Off to the pad harmlessly for no run. That brings us to the end of that over. Adnan, good over apart from the first ball. Again, as I said, he fought back very nicely there and was troubling both batsmen, picking up an edge for a wicket that should have been. Giving up the 8 runs, and United Maharishi move on to 65 for just a 2 wickets down now after 9 overs. I'm going to enjoy a sip of my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And while we're at it, thank you to Studio 7 Chicago for helping provide this wonderful broadcast that you are all watching out there. Of course, to the Bolingbroke Premier League, to Cricket Clubs Live, and we'll give a shout out to 9 Sports. You see their logo there. They are principal sponsor of our Night T20 Cup, currently underway. We're in about round 4. Round 5 starts this week out of 9 rounds. We do have a few matches from round 4 to reschedule that were affected by rain. So we still have about 2/3 of the pool matches to go on our night tournament, night league, with the finals for that scheduled in August, and the grand final for our night league scheduled at this stage for the last weekend, or sorry, the last week of August 26th or 27th, off the top of my head. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but it's right around there. That's some exciting cricket being played at night. Right now we've got some exciting cricket being played here on this beautiful holiday weekend. Good looking shot by Samir Khan, trying to pierce the bats, and does, right between the long on and long off fielder who were converging on that. Just manages to dribble across the boundary before either of them can get there for a good looking four off Nasir. We have some spectators and participants in the background enjoying their cricket, and the megaphone out. There were four pegs for the. They were on there, right there. The sun is definitely coming out now with some good force. Beautiful day. Good looking shot. Beautiful shot, we should say. That one looks like it's going to go all the way through to the boundary, and it does. Another four. That one picked up and well timed. Of Nasir. Nasir is not up to his usual standards, I'd say, this day. Another good shot by Samir. Doesn't quite make it to the boundary for 2 runs. We have Samir being accused of playing tennis ball cricket by the crowd, but he's certainly doing wonders to the leather ball right now. 1 ball remaining in this over. Follows up with almost a Yorker, but Samir times it nicely. Dribbles out to the 30-yard circle at the long off region, the mid off region, for an easy single. And here we are, 10 overs done. Got some music blaring. Got music blaring right behind me, so hopefully that doesn't interrupt the commentary too much. But 10 overs down. United Maharishi looking in very good shape right now. They've moved along nicely to 77 runs off their 10. That's probably easier math than you'd get, 7.7 runs and over. And just the 2 wickets down. So right now, with just the 2 wickets down, they are looking to push on from this point. They should easily be targeting 180. So that's my prediction. They're going to get into the 180 realm. People just taking a break at the halfway point for a quick sip of water. There we see the scorecard. Ahmed Qureshi out for 10 of 13. Ravinder Singh 8 of 12. Now these 2 batsmen going along nicely, almost tit for tat. 26 off 18 for Harshad, 24 off 18 for Samir, and we have some handy batting to follow if needed. See the bowling figures come up here. Assad with the wicket. Fahad Khan probably the pick of the bowlers right now with 1 wicket for 10 runs off his 12. Danish just 12 runs off his 2 overs. I believe we're going to have Adnan to continue. He just 8 runs off his first over. 1 of those was a 6 off his first ball. After that he bowled very well. So let's see if he can continue with that. Shout out to Ehsanur Rahman, who is also one of our umpires here in the Bolingbrook Premier League. Very seasoned, dedicated, and a very good umpire. Also an all-round good guy, as anyone who's ever met him would attest. Samir just chops that one down. Oh, let's get back to the scorecard here. Apologise. Get the score bar up there. Sorry, that was my fault. I was blocking your view with the statistics of the bowling team there. There we are, back to it. It's the run off that first ball. Samir moves along to 25 off 19. And again, just a single. This time to Harshad. That was an edgy shot. Fortunate that get a thickish edge, so it was able to clear the keeper. Ran almost all the way to the boundary. Some quick fielding there by Nassar. Managed to keep him to just a single. Adnan would not be too upset by that. He did induce a big edge, as he did in the previous over. Typically under T20 circumstances, if you can give up nothing more than a single for per ball, then you'd be fairly content. Comfortably tapped away to the onside for a single. Harshad was looking to get a good swing on that, but with some extra bounce, a little bit closer to the body, that ball, he wasn't able to get the room that he wanted to swing the arms through. So, but he did manage to get good wood on the ball. Samir stepping away to the leg side to free up some room. But it was a good delivery up near the crease line. It was unable to time that one to any success. Straight to the fielder for no run. And again, Anand bowling well. He's not giving room to the batsmen to do what they want. Samir able to safely loft it over the cover region for a single. But a good over again by Adnan. 13 coming from his 2. And outside of that first ball 6, he's been bowling very, very well. So after 11 overs, United Maharishi on to 82. I'll see the blue worm going along fairly consistently at around the 7.5 runs per over mark. The 2 quick wickets there at over 4 and 5. But since then, these 2 batsmen have got themselves fairly well established. We have a new bowler coming into to bowl here. This is going to be. He's got one of the spare shirts on his back without a number or a name, so just getting those details for you. Asad. We have Fahad Mohammed coming to bowl with some spin coming around the wicket. Tallish spinner. That one just driven away, square drive through to the point region for an easy single by Samir. Bhaskar Maruthi predicting a total of 170. He's 10 runs less than my prediction. What does everyone else think? That one is wide outside the off stump. Called wide by umpire Mateen. That was a very wide delivery. A few more of those. It's going to make my prediction even easier. That one a hoik through mid-wicket. Didn't quite time it, but made it all the way close to the boundary. Picks up an easy 2. There's plenty of room out there, even if you don't quite time the shot. Plenty of room for the ball to fall safely. So it's a fairly safe shot. 2 men in the deep on the leg side. Got a man standing long on, long off, and also one in the deep cover region. That's a good looking shot. Asad Lala tracking the ball. Some good feeling there. Despite a good shot, managed to just keep it to a comfortable single. Half-hearted appeal for not sure exactly what. A run. Have umpire Mushir Laliwala showing up for his assignment for the second semi-final later on today. That ball is signalled as a leg bye coming off the pad for a single to end the over, or for 1 run leg bye to end the over. So we have just 7 runs coming from, well, 6 runs coming from that over. That last one should be a leg bye. 88 for 2 after 12. Alright, so in the totals category, we've got Bhaskar Maruthi predicting 170. We have Khurram Shehzad coming at 150. He's lowballing everybody. Mind, if you've ever tried negotiating with a man, then he tends to lowball all the time. Just joking. I'm still sticking with my 180. I guess my offer to buy a cup of coffee for whoever's closest, I might have to put that out there right now. Maybe something stronger for some of those who indulge in that, but for me, a cup of coffee sounds good. None to continue. Choppy shot from Samir, didn't quite time that one. Whacked it into the pitch. Just dribbled away for an easy single. So some good bowling here. The last few overs has managed to bring the run rate back down a little bit. Still going along at just over 7 1/3 per over. An edgy one. We have a man standing there at fly slip or short third man, call it what you will, but it went straight into his hands, caught by Nasar Hayat for an easy catch. Midwest going to be very happy that they picked up that wicket. Ashad is out. There we are, we see Ashad, 31 off 24, caught by Nassar. That's his second catch of the match. Bowled by Adnan. Adnan again has been bowling very well. 2 sixes, 2 very nice sixes, 1-4, strike rate of 129. So a good innings there from Harshad. Was disappointed, I'm sure, not to go on with a little bit further. He was getting a little bit pegged back and frustrated there, it appears. So the big swing, but a very easy catch for the man standing at the fly slip region. So the new batsman walks in. That will be a United 11 stalwart, Saral Gupta. Saral has been participating in the BPL for a long time in various weekend formats. We see here his general summary. Firstly, he looks like he enjoys motorcycle riding, and he's 119 matches for 1,828 runs and also 100 wickets. Perhaps not quite an all-rounder, but a solid batsman who can also bowl based on those figures. So the batsman did not cross. Saral will be on strike to face what will be the third ball of this Adnan's third over. And not wasting any time, big pull shot through the leg side and off the mark with a very comfortable 2 runs there, and also probably a very satisfactory stroke to get your account underway on this day. There's the crowd, the batting team just enjoying the breeze on a beautiful day. Ahmad and Harshad just discussing their various dismissals. Good delivery outside off stump. Saral hoping for a wide, but that was well inside the wide line there. Good non-call by umpire Lakmal. Saral just missed the ball completely, due in part to the extra bounce that Adnan seems to be generating here. Again, a high bowling action. That one on the stump. Saral's looks like he's coming out swinging here. Big shot. Oh, drop there on the boundary. Samir Khan accused of a bit of ball watching there, and only ended up running through for 1. There should have been probably 2 in that. Should have been caught. That's the first statement we can make there. That was made good ground to get to the ball. Got 2 hands to it. Should have caught that. As it was, he dropped it. Both batsmen accused a bit of watching the ball rather than running hard. Only managed to pick up a single. So at the end of the over, Adnan with the good figures of 1 for 17, also the unlucky figures. He could have had another wicket or 2. So he's bowled very well for his 3. I'm assuming they'll probably continue with him to help keep this run rate down. The run rate has just pegged back a little bit to just over 7 runs an over now. 13 overs gone, 92 runs on the board. And I believe we're going to have Fad Mohammed to continue with his off spin. Short delivery. It was just whacked away. There is a man standing at long off, so ultimately just a single, but that was not a good delivery. A little bit better placement might have seen the boundary. Again, shortish. Samir does try to place that a little bit better. Didn't quite get all of that. So as it was, it's just dropped at the short cover region for a single. If it continues to bowl these deliveries though, these batsmen are probably going to find some room. That was a better ball. A little bit fuller, quicker delivery. Awkward bounce for the keeper Sanjay, who did well just to block the ball to stop it getting away, much like a baseball catcher would do to stop a wild pitch. Freed his arms. That one's heading toward the boundary. It looks like they're gonna. Nope, some good feeling there. Nasar Hayat moving quickly around to his left to pick up that ball and get a good throw in back to the bowler's end to prevent anything more than a single. Full toss and dismissed summarily there by Samir. That was 4 runs and also called a no ball for height. So that is a bonus. That's a no ball, counters run, 4 to the batsman. In quite rightly, because that was a loose delivery that needed to be hit. And now we get a free hit. And just the 1 run for the free hit. My apologies there. There's a little bit of confusion in the commentary box, mainly my confusion. That was not called a no ball there by Mateen, so it was just 4 runs. He may have been explaining to the bowler. So I may have misread the signal. So it was not given a no ball. So as we continue there, we have Adnan continuing to finish his final over of his spell. Samir's starting to move along here with 40 off 31. We have, that was an awkward looking delivery. Now that one, there, now I'm reading the signal correctly. That was a loose delivery, certainly no danger posed because it was wild outside the off stump, but called a no ball by umpire Lakmal, called by the umpire standing at the striker's end, Mateen, signalling to the lead umpire in this over, Lakmal, that it was a no ball for height. So this is a free hit. And a good looking shot, straight to the fielder, but again it's just going to be 1 run. Although Samir was just coasting for some reason, not watching the ball, and ended up having himself run out. So a bizarre free hit on that occasion. He hit it straight to the fielder, but obviously in the knowledge it was a free hit, it was going to be an easy single, and he just cruised down the pitch. Fielder threw the stumps down, and he's run out. Yes, you can get run out of a free hit. That's the only way to get run out. Well, to get out, you can, I guess, get out by some of the more technical methods such as obstructing the field, but you cannot get caught, bowled, LBW, or stumped off a free hit. But you can be run out. So that is a bizarre free hit but ultimately no run. A gifted wicket to Midwest Cricket Club, who have gifted a couple of wickets previously to United Maharishi. So I guess all things even out. We're currently at 105 runs on the board for 4 wickets down with 5.5 overs remaining. A new batsman coming to the crease. We'll just have a look at Samir Khan. Run out by Shahir. Shahir threw the stumps down. Shahir is a very good fielder. He's a very handy cricketer all round. Bats, keeps, can also bowl a little, and obviously a good fielder. Samir Khan with 3 fours, 1 6, straight rate of 120, 40 runs off 33. Because of the run out play, batsmen were running. So we have Saral Gupta on strike to continue with the 4th ball of the over. We have Hamza, new man at the crease. He's going to be at the non-striker's end. Worked around the corner for an easy single. Actually, they're called a leg by. Zeke, can you just run down the scorers and tell them if it's a leg by, they've got to put leg by, not singles. They need to get the scoring right, or they're going to come sit here and I'm going to slap them every time they get it wrong. Right, just another single there for Hamza to get himself off strike. 1 ball remaining in this over, 1 legal delivery. Every time I say that, someone bowls a wide or a no ball. So reaching for that one. They should come back for 2. Yes, some good running, pushing for 2. Ultimately back safely. Hamza copping the return throw off his body. Thankfully no damage done. And that now should be the end of 15 overs. So we're 3/4 of the way through the United Maharishi innings. 109 runs on the board, 4 wickets down. Run rate still cruising along at about the 7 and a bit mark. Yeah, we'll have a look at the worm. You'll see that the worm should be going up at a fairly consistent linear motion. There we go. So no major ups and downs. Fairly consistent 7+ runs per over so far by United Maharishi. If they continue that current run rate, they're looking at about 150, which would make Khurram Shehzad's prediction correct. Although I think with 6 wickets still in the bank, they might look to really start taking advantage, perhaps looking to go after Fahad Muhammad here with a shortish delivery. Just dribbled away to the slip region for a single. So trying to get under that one, didn't quite get onto it. Just a single down to long on. That was just a complete miss by Hamza, trying to turn that one around the leg side. Hit him on the pads, a little bit half-hearted appeal by the bowler for a leg before wicket, but it was a bit too high for that. That's a wideish delivery. Easy wide call by umpire Martin. No one's going to question that one, and obviously no one did. Hamza trying to free his arms, didn't get much of that one. Well backed up there by the fielder. I believe that's Shahir. Yeah, Shahir. Managed to prevent any overthrows. Again, just a single down to long off. Appeal for leg before wicket, and this time given by umpire Martin. He's moving right across in front of the stumps. Pretty easy call. Hamza really not threatening the scorers too much on that occasion. He was trying to get going, but he sort of got things all wrong there. Hamza out for 3, just off 5 delivers. LBW by Fahad Mohammed. Not contributing too much to the United Maharishi innings. That was the end of the over. So now 16 overs done. Fahad Mohammed with the nice figures of 1 for 19 off 3 overs, including that wicket there. We're going to have Asad Lala continuing for his final over of the innings. Bowled 3 already. Saral Gupta's going to be on strike. The new batsman in is Saiteja. Wideish delivery, but it did manage to drift into the batsman to avoid being called a wide. Saral opting not to swing at it at all, just let it go harmlessly through to the keeper. This time a full toss. Saral tries to get onto it, didn't quite get all of it. Fielder out there is Fahad Khan, gets a good return throw, keeps him to a single. Oh, I stand corrected. The new incoming batsman is Arijit, not Saiteja. My apologies there. Arijit to face his first ball. Another full toss. Just stroked through for a single. Again, fielded by Fahad Khan. Some good running on this occasion. Sandeep, the fielder, moving a little slowly to his left. That ball didn't manage to get close to the 30-yard circle, but Sandeep not covering the ground as quickly as he may have. Some good running by Saral, calling back, or heading with the intent to run 2 from the get-go, and did so. Another full toss. Stroke through the covers for a single. Saral looking for 2. Probably why he's being sent back by Arijit just for the single. A little bit short, Arijit swinging on that one, but straight through to the field. Only 1 run, 6 runs coming from that over. That's the end of 17. A very quick over there by Asad. Doesn't muck around. So Asad finishes with the figures of 1 for 30 from his 4 overs. United Maharishi still moving along at just over the 7 runs per over mark. 17 overs done now. My original prediction of pushing on to 180 seems to be a long way off now. Bhaskar Maruthi's prediction of 170, still an outside chance. Perhaps put him with his 150 prediction, that would be 10 runs and over for the final 3 overs, might be on the money. I guess with 3 overs remaining, it's easy for someone to predict now, but what do you think? What's going to be the final tally here? Got Fahad Muhammad with the nice figures of 1 for 19 off his 3 to bowl his final over of the innings. Big swing and a miss by Adijit. And at this stage, a big dot ball on the scorecard. So just 17 balls remaining in this innings. Straight through to Sandeep standing there at gully. That was just chipped away. Timed reasonably well, but in the region of, in the sort of, what would you call it? Let's call that catching practice. Type of shot you play at catching practice when you and your teammates are out on the field. And judging by the quality of cricket this weekend at the Liberty Cup, many of these guys do catching practice. Judging by some of the T30 matches we see on a weekend to weekend basis, some guys need to do a bit more catching practice. But some sharp chance taken there by Sandeep, just moving a little to his left to take that one. Now it's Saitasia coming to the crease, the left-hander. So with that wicket,
Scorers! There's a dot ball on the wicket. Who's scoring? No, over there. Get it right, please. Or come sit here.
just try and get the score corrected there. It should have been a dot ball, then a wicket. Fahad coming around the wicket, another dot ball. And another dot ball. This is an awesome over by Fahad. He's bowled 1 dot ball, a wicket, and then 3 subsequent dot balls. Finally a run comes off the over. Saitasia able to get off the mark, but a very good over there by Fahad Muhammad with just the 1 run coming from it. We'll get the scorecard updated here. Should be 121 for 6 at the end of 18 overs. Alright, so 18 overs done. Saitasia with just the 1 run. He's swinging wildly, only managed to get the 1 run so far. Saitasia will retain the strike. It's going to be Nasser Hayat to continue with his final over. At this stage, you know, Maharishi might be looking to get might be lucky to get 140 runs on the board, when they were looking very promising at the 6 over and then 10 over mark. So give credit to Midwest Cricket Club for pegging the team, pegging the scoring back. Saitasia not doing it easy out there. He swung over the top of that one. Oh, I apologise, Nasser's got, this is only his 3rd over. Saitasia got onto that one but didn't really get too much of it. It's going to fall safely for a single. But only 2 runs coming from the last 8 balls bowled so far. We have Sarl with the inopportune time to change his gloves. Usually we recommend this sort of thing happened between overs, not mid-over. We do like to respect general cricket etiquette under normal circumstances. Most things can take place at the fall of a wicket or at the end of an over, not during an over. Big swing and a miss there by Sarel, hit his pad, and no run. So last 9 balls bowled. United Maharishi trying to bring things home, but only scoring 2 runs of those 9, and let's say 2 off 10 now. They're focusing on the big swings, but they're not actually making any contact. So if anyone of you out there predicted 130, then maybe you are the winners. Slower delivery. Sarel actually waited and watched on that one. They're pushing hard for 2. Awkward bounce, unable to field that one. There's Nasser. So 2 runs coming from that ball. Only 1 ball remaining in the 19th over. Midwest doing a great job of stemming the flow of runs. That one should just be a single to end the over. Nasser resurrecting his figure somewhat there. 27 runs coming off his 3 overs. And now just the 1 over remaining. Maharishi going to try putting up a big target, or a big total this over, because they have been pegged back. They're now down below just going along at just over 6.5 runs and over. We have a quick look at the worm before this final over takes place. We'll see, you can see how the worm is tailing flatter there towards the final overs. And looks like it's going to be Danish to bowl the final over of the innings. Danish with the nice figures of 12 runs off his 2. Comes into Sarel. Sarel got under that one. There is a fielder at long off. Little fumble, but managed to just keep him to the 1 run. Saitasia, who has not been middling the ball, just 2 runs off his 6 balls so far, hoping to do a little bit more damage coming up here. Reaching for that one. They're going to look for 2 because it's going to fall between the fielders, but as it is, Shahir covered some good ground to keep them just to a single. Awkwardly swung at, inside edge, just a run to the man at mid-wicket. 3 balls, 3 singles, and only 3 balls remaining in the innings. Nice looking shot. There is a fielder out there in long on. Saitasia again, accused of a bit of ball watching, was hoping that would go for 4, but as it was well fielded. And he managed to scurry through for the single in the end. Sanjay deciding to come up to the stumps for the final 2 deliveries. Should be looking for 2. It managed to avoid the fielder there. Sharp return. Not quite fielded. It was an awkward bounce there for Sanjay. He tried to reel it in. As it was, just bounced off his gloves. Not able to field that one cleanly. So Sarel back for 2, so he'd face the final over of the innings. And decides not to swing at the last ball of the over and lets it pass harmlessly through to the keeper. So as it was, that's the end of the innings. And we'll see United Maharishi just managing to get 131 for 6. All things considered, it's an under par performance. At one stage they were looking at pushing for 160, 170, and my prediction was they were in position to maybe push for 180. As it was, they fell much short of that. They're probably about 30 runs under par. All you out there in the comment section predicting 170, 150. None of us got it right. United Maharishi, a little bit disappointing in the end, although we must give credit to some of the bowling at the death by the Midwest Cricket Club to restrict the restrict United Maharishi to just 131. So we'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half of this match. Midwest Cricket Club chasing 132 to win in their 20 overs. Thank you for listening in. Please join us again in 10 minutes for the continuation of this commentary and for the broadcast. If you are in the area, come on down and enjoy some fine cricket and a beautiful day here in Bolingbrook. We'll speak to you shortly. All right, welcome back to the beautiful Bolingbrook Stadium on a magnificent holiday weekend, Monday, July the 5th. Happy birthday, USA. We have Midwest Cricket Club now about to begin their chase of 132 runs is the target for victory in this first semi-final of the Liberty Cup here in Bolingbrook. Brought to you, of course, by the Bolingbrook Premier League and powered by Studio 7 Chicago today. We have opening batsman, a different combination today. We have Zohad Hussain going to be taking the first delivery. It's going to be partnered by Fahad Baba. Saral Gupta coming to bowl the first delivery of this innings. Oh, just having a warm-up run through. He's going to be coming around the wicket to the left-handed Zohad. The arrow there is pointed at Fahad, but should be pointing at Zohad to indicate he is on strike for the first ball of the match, of the innings. And that's wide outside off stump, and that is called wide by umpire Lakmal. So yes, 132 runs required at a run rate of 6.6 runs per over. You would think at this stage with the batting that Midwest Cricket Club has, they should be in the box seat. Still, the game needs to be played for that to eventuate. Again, wide outside the off stump. Saral just drifting with the breeze away from the left-hander. And two easy runs on the board. Saral's decided he's going to swap to the more traditional over the wicket and hope that the natural angle and natural drift takes it away from the left-handed batter. Are they scoring over there? Make sure they are. And a third wide delivered. It's so hard on strike, they've got to get the fucking thing on.
Scorer! Zohad, strike with us.
Just getting our score up to speed. So Saral's having a bit of difficulty in his first over. 3 consecutive wides. Yet to bowl a legal delivery, but Midwest with 3 runs on the board already. That one a little bit better. He's come back around the wicket, and this time he's found the radar. Much like in baseball, where you already have faced 3 balls, you let the pitcher throw one down the middle to see if how they're gonna respond. In this case, Zohad, unless it was on the stumps, had no intention of swinging that one, just to see what Saral would come up with. Let that one pass through harmlessly to the keeper. This one wide-ish again. Zohad not messing around, but did manage to find one of the fielders out in the deep there. I believe that's Danish fielding the ball. Out of deep cover. And Zohad. That should be Zohad off the mark. Mushi, can you get the scorer to come sit here with me? Because they've already got it messed up. Go get whoever's scoring, they need to sit here.
Okay.
I'm tired of having to yell at people to get it right. We now have Fahad on strike. Popped away through for the single. Mushi, hurry up please. Can you get him? This is Zohar on strike. And they're going to look to push for 2. You've got the wrong batsman flipped over. That's what I sent Mid down to. So the first run went to Zohar. Yeah. Yeah, and then another one to Zohar. There we go. That's what we did, man. We're on broadcast. Got to be right. Alright, we've just got our scoring up to date. We now have Fahad on strike for the fifth ball of the over. 5th legal ball. Just let it pass through harmlessly to the keeper there. And a very comfortable start by Midwest. Saral hasn't really threatened too much here in his first over, giving away 3 bonus runs. Fahad wearing the spare shirt, that is not his name on the back. Easily just worked to the cover region for an easy single for Fahad to retain the strike when the second over commences. We're now just 1 over in, 7 runs on the board, and Midwest, well, it's a bit too early to say that they're cruising, but it was a very comfortable over. And we're in the chase of 132 runs to win. The United Maharishi team really needs to put some pressure on these 2 batsmen early in the piece, see if they can pick up a couple of quick wickets as well as stem the flow of runs. I think it's safe to say if they can't pick up quick wickets and they let these 2 batsmen get a roll on, then the target of 132 is not going to be too much of a challenge for the Midwest Cricket Club. And it looks like we'll have Harshad coming in to bowl to Fahad Baba. Come left arm over the wicket. And off the middle of the bat, but just defended away to the energetic Ravinder standing there at short mid-on. Here's some maintenance at the baseball fields going on in the background. Some nice summer noise. The sound of lawnmowers are a very common sound on these summer days. Just tapped away by Fahad through to mid-off region for an easy single. Zohad on strike, the very slender Zohad. Wasn't always so slender, has done very well to improve his fitness and health. Certainly an example to many of us, myself included. It is pretty cool to lose that much weight in between. It's cool. Zohad is a very talented cricketer, and he showed on that example just a very easy turn around the corner. You could call it a pull shot. It seemed a lot easier than that. It seemed relatively effortless and very easy 3 runs. Didn't quite make it all the way to the boundary, but with only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle at this point of the innings, it's a very safe shot. And of course, that is the general intent of the power play overs, is to try getting as many runs on the board as possible while the field is restricted. Fahad with a swing and a miss, perhaps an unnecessary swing at this point. looking to get on with the match, but there is plenty of time remaining in this innings, plenty of deliveries to get the target runs. Perhaps would have been better served just defending that, getting some bat on ball, getting a little bit more comfortable with the pace of the wicket at this moment. Playing a little bit forward of his body there, prodding at it rather than stroking it. Fortunate that he didn't loft that straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. As it was, it fell safely short for a single. And edgy through to, well, what would have been maybe a third or fourth slip, but rarely do you see third or fourth slips in the T20 format. So it was a safe shot for a single. Midwest move on to 13 after their 2 overs. We could show you the worm, but it's probably not much happening at this stage, for comparison's sake. Midwest need to be scoring at 6.6 runs per over to achieve the 132. Currently going along right on the money, albeit only 2 overs in. Again, if you're in the area, it is a beautiful day. Fairly quiet down here outside the cricket field. The baseball fields are empty. Perhaps people celebrating it a little bit too heartily last night with all the fireworks going off, maybe sleeping in. So all the kids and the bike riders and the runners are not out just yet. But we expect to see a little bit more activity around this wonderful facility later on this afternoon. Sarel to continue. Sarel just limiting the room that Zohad had on that attempt. Tried to squeeze it out towards the cover region, didn't quite time it. Not sure if that's where he intended it to go, but it did come through the deep gully region there. Managed to squirt it out there for an easy 2 towards the boundary, fielded by Saitasia. Got the pre-arranged flyover at the ground now. Can't quite afford the Navy Blue Angels, but the local Clough Airport does provide some aerial entertainment for us on occasions. That was a more deliberate shot, just played out in a late cuttish sort of manner. Easy single to the offside. Brings Fahad Baba on strike. And again, I think only some early wickets, some early inroads into this Midwest batting lineup, which is fairly well stacked all the way down to number 10 and 11. Without some early wickets, we may find that United Maharishi may be in trouble. Again, they do have the runs on the board. Sometimes it's easy to defend once you have the runs on the board. But shots like that make me think that Midwest may have this. Tended to clear the fielder there, the deep fielder in the deep cover. Just getting confirmation. Didn't quite clear the boundary on the full, but nice looking shot. Lofted cover drive for 4 runs to Fahad Baba. Looks like he's finding some touch now.
20, 20.
Wide delivery outside off stump, and yes, called wide by umpire Lakmal. There's the replay of the wide delivery. He was coming from wide of the crease. Ball stayed wide. Was called wide. And United Maharishi cannot afford to give up too many extras. Big appeal from bowler Soral, but it was very, very high off the thigh pad. It was easily clearing the stumps from our angle and probably drifting down the leg side as well. So umpire Lakmal unmoved, but does signal a leg by. Must have come off the thigh pad. Confirmation that it did. Good looking shot from Zohad. Driven out towards wideish mid-off. Perhaps not quite timed as beautifully as it would have liked, but it was very elegant looking shot, safe for 2 runs to end the over. It's 24 runs now from 3 overs. Midwest moving along at 8 runs per over right now. And both these opening batsmen are looking untroubled. From this angle you see a good view of the turf square that's being prepared by the Bolingbrook ground staff in preparation for the minor league cricket that's going to be coming to the Chicago area beginning on July 31st. There will be 12 matches in the Chicago area. The Bolingbrook Stadium will be hosting 7 of these matches. We'll be bringing them to you on July 31st, August 21st, and then a doubleheader weekend or back-to-back weekend on August 28th and 29th. And the minor league cricket will be played on the turf square. And we'll be bringing you the full broadcast with live camera action for your viewing pleasure. For now, we're going to continue here with the Liberty Cup. We have Harshad to continue, left arm over the wicket. Fahad got under that one, a little bit more up than out, but nonetheless falls fairly safely. Just coming back for a comfortable 2. Didn't quite get all of that. Again, a little bit uppish, so landed more like a 8 or 9 iron. Didn't roll on towards the boundary, hurled up with the backspin. Would have been a beautiful golf shot, but we're here at Bolingbrook Stadium watching some fabulous cricket on this long weekend. Very positive looking drive. Not managed to clear the mid-off fielder Saiteja, but again the ball coming right off the middle of the bat on that occasion. Fahad's not looking too troubled by anything so far. Better delivery from Harshad. Easily played by Fahad, no run coming from it, but that's what Harshad needs to do a little bit more of, and all the bowlers in fact, if United Maharishi has any chance of preventing Midwest from reaching this target of 132. And a big swipe, slog sweepish sort of shot there. Cleared the boundary with ease, 6 runs. And Fahad is now looking to push on with this. Midwest hoping to chase this target down as quickly as possible, which would give them plenty of rest if they are to win this match, and then come back for the final, which will be held later on this afternoon at, I believe, 4:30 is the scheduled time. Maybe a little adjustment with that depending on how these two earlier matches play out today. Once again, if you're in the area, coming down to Bolingbroke Cricket Ground, we've got the hill, which is beautiful cricket watching. Bring a picnic, get a bit of sun, bring your sunscreen. Driven firmly down to long off, fielded by Maharishi there. Quick return, but no chance of a run out on that occasion. Easy single to end the over with that big six. That should take us to, coming from that over, that's 9 runs off the over. 33 now after 4 overs. You can see Midwest moving along easily at 8.25 runs per over. Required run rate creeping down. There's the Midwest scorecard. Both opening batsmen looking untroubled for the moment. All the technology brought to you by CO7 Chicago and Cricket Clubs Live. There's the Midwest worms just starting to creep ahead of the blue worm established by United Maharishi. There's a good view of the lovely green Bolingbroke Stadium. You see the hill in the background there. If you're a nice place to come, just sit, watch some cricket. See the forest preserve behind us there, which helps provide some cool as the breeze blows across the ground from right to left on your screen. Saiteja coming in left arm over the wicket. He's a feisty bowler, tends to bring the ball back in towards the right-hander. Usually aims outside off stump, and with the natural swing that he has, brings it in towards the toes of the batsman. So he's usually a good candidate for leg before wicket if he can beat the bat. On that occasion, a little bit wideish. Fahad able to drive through the covers. Didn't quite time it, but an easy single. Again, a beautiful day in Bolingbroke. I do see one very small cloud in the sky. I think that's the only cloud we've seen for the past 3 days. Been beautiful warm weather, dry, the ground is looking beautiful, been freshly rolled. Especially considering the rain we had a week and a half ago. Just tapped away to the leg side, so I had picking up an easy single. Fahad back on strike. See behind us, you can't see on camera, but we have some of the Incredibles players turning up, getting a bit of batting practice in the nets before their scheduled semi-final later on today. And there we see an example of that one. We see the ball just swinging back in towards the toes of the, didn't quite get the full replay there for you, but Saiteja's natural delivery just bringing it back towards the toes of the batsman and cramping in for some room. Well played in the end by Fahad. Managed to keep it out safely. Full outside the off stump, giving room for Fahad to get the full extension, get solid bat on that. 4 easy runs, beautiful looking shot, square drive, and now the slow walk to retrieve the ball by the fielder. was a good looking shot by Fahad. You can't really give him that much room. He'll make easy work of that, as he did on this occasion. We have Shahir waiting to go into bat, although if these two openers continue in this current vein, he may not be needed for this match. May have to save him for the final. Assuming you get to the final, but at this stage I think the money might be on Midwest Cricket chasing down this target. Once again, the beautiful green ground, hill in the background. If you're in the area, come on down, bring a picnic, bring something to share with the commentators, or the sole commentator at this moment, joined later on for the remainder of the afternoon by Sharik Sheikh. Citation to continue for the final ball of the over. And perhaps he wished he didn't have to, because that was dispatched over the long on boundary for 6 runs. Fahad starting to find some good form now. Moved himself along to 28, moved the score along to 45 after 5 overs. Midwest then be cruising at 9 runs and over. The required run rate now down below 6 runs, below a run a ball. So at this stage, anyone who's a betting man, which unfortunately I am no longer, probably for good reason, the money should be on Midwest Cricket Club. So United Maharishi certainly searching for something now. They definitely need a wicket. Judging by the start that these two opening batsmen have provided for Midwest, it is unlikely that United Maharishi will be able to contain this team to the target strictly by putting pressure with the field. They need to get some wickets and get some wickets soon. Otherwise the game will get to slip away from them fairly quickly. You have the captain Ravinder Singh to come on to bowl. So I had Hussain on strike. He hasn't had much of the strike in the past couple of overs, just been a spectator as Fahad's been finding some form. Nonetheless, already has 12 runs from his 9 deliveries. Ravinder with his medium pace spin style of bowling. And starts with a decent delivery, just tapped away for no run. So I had seen one ball and decided he can take him on, and does. Doesn't quite get all of that, but a very easy lofted on drive, comfortable shot, easy single, brings the dangerous Fahad Babar back on strike. United Maharishi just resetting their field. Still only allowed two fielders outside the 30-yard circle for the next little bit. They have 3 outside right now. Just realizing they need to correct that before they get called for a no ball. At the completion of this over, they'll will be allowed 5 fielders outside the circle. Undoubtedly, they will do that. Although it may be a little bit too late. It's going to be hard to contain the flow of runs. As demonstrated there, once the target run rate is less than 6 runs per over, the batting team can just tap it around for singles each delivery and chase it down in that manner if they choose to. Thank you again to the Rupani brothers for bringing Dunkin' Donuts coffee to the ground. Easy looking shot by Zohad Hussain. Did he clear the boundary? Just getting confirmation if he did clear the boundary. No, bounced just inside the boundary for a boundary, but an effortless shot by Zohad on that occasion. Made it look easy, which is something that I cannot do when I am batting. Beautiful looking shot for 4. That brings up the 50 for the Midwest Cricket Club. Doesn't bring too much excitement to the crowd, maybe because of the expectation that this target should be chased fairly easily. Reached for that one, but did get some decent timing on that. Pick up an easy single to end the over. Another 6 runs coming from that over. Midwest moving along quite nicely there. At 52 for no wickets down. That's probably the most crucial factor at this stage. No wickets back in the pavilion. 6 overs done. That brings us to the end of the power play. Okay. Put the worm up. My phone's dying. So we'll just get the comparison put up here for you. We see Fahad Barber on 29 of 22. Zohad moving along nicely. 18 of 14. Change of bowler. Looks like it's going to be Mantu Mishra coming into bowl, just having a practice run up. Mantu Mishra looks like. What's that? Okay. Oh yeah, 39. So fairly quiet here at the stadium. People just enjoying some shade. Oh, there we go. We see the worm. Tailed off a little bit there, but right now Midwest easily ahead of the curve. And most importantly, with that United Maharishi curve, you see towards the tail end of their innings, they've flattened out. So at one point they were looking to push on to something in the region of 150 or 60. Ultimately fell short of that mark, only getting 131 on the board. So we have Midwest requiring 80 runs of 14 overs. Just clipped away to the leg side for an easy single. Mantu Mishra onto bowl. Again, you see the bottom of your screen there, the target run rate, less than 6 runs and over now for any of the seasoned T20 cricketers, and those who watch it realise that less than 6 runs and over is usually not much of a challenge these days. Maybe back in the original days of one-day international cricket in the 80s and 90s, 6 runs seemed like a lot, but not anymore. With the advent of some of these phenomenal bats that people have now, plus the tactics, field restrictions, 6 runs and over is an easy chase from under normal circumstances. Quick single there. Again, good understanding between these two batsmen. Good backing up and positive calling. Usually you can drop it at your feet, but all the field is standing back at least 20-30 yards from the bat. So by the time you drop the ball at your feet, there's an easy ability to scamper through for a single. And a beautiful shot, turned around the corner, pulled for 4 runs, just behind square leg. Fahad making that one look easy. Mantu dropping just a little short. not generating significant pace, able to just put it on a platter there for Fahad to pick up 4 easy runs. Timed nicely off the legs there, just picked up a single, so Tasia feeling that one. But moving the score on nicely, 8 runs coming already from this over relatively effortlessly. And again, just drifting towards the pads of the batsman. Perhaps could have looked for 2, just strolled through for a very, very easy single to end the over. 9 runs coming from it. Again, it appears these batsmen are not being significantly troubled by anything that the United Maharishi team are delivering to them at this moment. Just calling for a little sip of water to keep things moving. 7 runs gone, 60 runs on the board, and from United Maharishi's perspective, no wickets back in the pavilion, so that's going to make things awkward for them. Alright, Ravinder looking to continue the bowl, just adjusting the field. Yeah, just giving a shout out to all the participants who played in this Liberty Cup this weekend. The Tennessee All-Stars drove all the way up from Nashville to play. Fortunately, they bailed out at the qualifying stage. But some very good guys. Very happy for them to come participate, and hopefully they'll be back next year when we'll be bigger and better. And they're a very enthusiastic cricket team with some good players, and we need more of that and a little bit of cooperation. And as much as we have some really good players in the Chicago area and who are participating this weekend in the Liberty Cup, it's good to see some outside players or players from outside the region. And just a bit of extra talent helps foster camaraderie and good competitiveness for cricket going forward. Alright, Ravinder is going to be continuing over the wicket. There are now allowed 5 players outside the circle, United Maharishi, although that won't prevent the runs. So out on strike, and he strikes that away magnificently, clears the rope or the boundary line for an easy 6 runs. And they've now passed the halfway point in this run chase. Just ball retrieved from the fringes of the jungle there. Let's get now scoreline updated. There we are, 6 runs on the board. Ravinder will not be happy with that. So Hard goes again, doesn't quite get this one, going to fall short of the fielder there. It should be just an easy single. Perhaps got to push for 2 on this occasion, but the batsmen are really not feeling the need to exert too much energy at this moment. breeze is picking up a little at the ground right now, just helping keep things cool, especially in the tent where the commentary box is situated. Fahad just plays that easily down to the mid-on region for a single, very comfortable single. So Fahad tries to pick that up, doesn't quite get onto that one, dribbles around the corner, but they'll be able to come back for a very, very easy 2 runs. So again, 10 runs so far off the over, and I'll sound a little bit like a broken record at this stage, but it doesn't look like it's being done with too much energy expended on the part of the Midwest batsman. Another easy single out to the covers. So Had's moved into the 30s, joining Fahad. Sharing the scoring, sharing the strike. Fahad's just adjusting the grip on his bat, much like they showed us in the health education classes at high school. Short one from Ravinder, pulled away, perhaps not to the intended area that Fahad was looking for. Beat the short fielder there, Mantu, and just for an easy single. So as it is, 12 runs coming from that over. Midwest moving on to 73 from 8 overs, no wickets down, cruising along now at 9 runs and over, and the required run rate under 5, 59 runs required from the final 12 overs of this innings. And it looks like they probably won't need all 12 overs to attain this target. Fahad's looking to step up a gear now, just calling for a change in bat. I think he's got more bats than I had in my whole childhood career. And we'll have Samir to bowl with his leg spinners, or off spinners, leg spinners, off spinners, spinners. See if he can pick up a wicket. Something required to get United Maharishi back into this match. Again, they posted a target of 130, or a score of 131, so a target of 132. Fell about 30 runs short of what they probably needed. And with this run chase in progress, I think it's evident that they probably could have used another 20 or 30 runs on the board. Although neither of these batsmen seem particularly fussed at this moment. Just drifted towards the leg stump. Nice shot from Fahad Baba there. Got a good piece of that. Didn't quite clear the boundary line, but fell a few feet in short. One bounce over the boundary for 4 runs. And not a promising start for Samir. But Fahad moves into the 40s and looking very comfortable at this stage. Just pitched up, driven easily through to about the 30-yard circle in the cover region. just walk through for a single. Perhaps if a bigger run chase, they might have been pushing for 2, but really not necessary at this moment. Again, stranger things have happened, but right now, on a beautiful day here in Bolingbrook, we're not expecting too much strange. Coming round wicket to the left-hander. There's a full toss, made even fuller by the fact that Zohad came down the crease, or came down the wicket to meet it. So unlikely to be called no ball because he charged so far down the pitch. And just tapped it in a forehand lob sort of way to a vacant mid-off for a single. That one's sitting up for an easy cut shot by Fahad. They may push for 2. I guess, yes, they will. And we have a no ball called. Short run, sorry, not a no ball. One short run signalled by umpire Mateen Inamdar. Really unnecessary. Deprived Fahad of a single. But that is batting 101. Make sure the tip of your bat touches behind the line, not on the line. All that work for no extra run. Tries the reverse sweep shot and gets maybe not all of it, but it worked. 4 runs right behind the keeper. A long walk or a long jog by the keeper Sanjay to pick up that ball. 4 runs, easy 4 runs. 11 runs coming from that over. That is now 9 overs complete. Midwest move on to 84 for no wicket down. Fahad moves on to 47 off 42. Zohad's not doing a little bit more than spectating. 32 off 22. And right now we see the run chase progressing very easily. United Maharishi looking a little bit lethargic in the field at this stage, maybe resigned to the inevitable. Ravinder to continue. Not too many options, I guess, it appears, for United Maharishi. Perhaps a change of bowler. They need to try something if they have any semblance of getting back into this match at this point. But maybe they just want to get out of this comfortably and go enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. Zohad to continue on strike once the field is set to the satisfaction of Ravinder. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 fielders all out. Forward of the bat. Zohad tries to turn that around the corner. Ball was wide down the leg side. Stumping chance by Sanjay, perhaps a little too far from the stumps. Had to reach for him and gave time for Zohad to get back into his crease easily. And as it is a bonus run, I'm sorry, Zohad.
No, keeper is Zaheen. Z.
Oh, is that Z? Oh, you're right.
For us.
Oh my God. I apologize. Just getting my keepers confused there. That's Heen Rupani is the keeper. And how could I do that to him? He's the man who brought us some coffee and donuts this morning. Both similar stature, especially from this angle. Sanjay, of course, the keeper for Midwest Cricket. Easy single by Zohad there. Ravinder continue with his spin. Big shot there by Fahad. That one may clear the boundary, at least gone for 4. We'll get confirmation from umpire Mateen. It's 4 runs. That brings up Fahad's 50. 51 off 33. He's moving along quite nicely. 50 up for Fahad. Midwest move on to 90. Joined in the commentary box by Ehsan. Another good looking shot. There is a fielder out in the deep there. Saiteja picks that one up easily, but nicely off the bat there by Fahad. Picks up an easy single. And United Maharishi running out of answers at this time. Zohad turns that around the corner easily. Looks like it may not run all the way to the boundary. It's a long chase by the field. I believe that's Arijit. That's Samir. I apologize, it's Samir. Chasing the ball. Perhaps not as enthusiastically as he might have. 3 easy runs. And these two batsmen looking to bring up the century partnership and hopefully bring getting a ball check from umpire Mateen, who momentarily lost count. 2 remaining in the over. Fahad gets under that one. I believe that's Arijit under it. And caught. I spoke too soon. Fahad Baba out caught, trying to get on with this match and bring the target in. A good innings by Fahad. But just got under that one and lofted it. And the first wicket goes down. Let's just bring up his figures here. We had Fahad Baba, 52 runs off 35 deliveries, caught by Arijit, bowled by Ravinder. United Maharishi will be happy to pick up that wicket, although it may be a little bit too late at this stage. But again, always satisfactory to pick up a wicket even in a losing cause. Nonetheless, the game is not yet over. 6 4s and 2 6s there by Fahad. And certainly a big contribution to help bring Midwest. There we'll see the Worm, Midwest Cricket Club well ahead of the game at this stage, even at the point where United Maharishi were accelerating. They did tail off at the end of their innings due to some good bowling and fielding by the Midwest Cricket to peg them back. And so Midwest are well ahead right now. Alright, so the new batsman to the crease is Shahir Hassan. Shahir, a very prominent batsman in the Chicago area. Just taking guard. We see some of his matches in BPL. 49 matches, 1,400 runs. He's got 34 wickets as well. And he does keep as well. Oh, nice. Nice. That one looks to be off the pad for no run. And that brings us to the end of the over. Successful over by Ravinder, although his figures of 29 for 1 of 3 overs. Perhaps not doing the desired job, but again, he's picked up the wicket. Why on earth are you calling him commentating?
Hello?
Hey, I'm commentating. What's up?
My friend came to pick the glasses.
Is he here?
Yeah.
Come to the commentary box.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so that's 10 overs done. Midwest, 94 runs. Just now the first wicket has gone down. Only 38 required from the final 10 overs. They should do that easily, undoubtedly, with Shahir to the crease and Zohad going along very nicely. Run rate of less than 4 runs an over. Hassan, the guy here is from Tennessee to pick up his glasses. Can you get him from your car? Yeah, he's at the field. I think that's him coming now. And thank you. Do you want to spit? No, there. Hassan's got him in the car. All right, so we're going to have Saral coming back on to bowl. Hassan. Use the glass. Yeah, cool. All right, Saral continuing around the wicket to the left-hander. Zohad just squeezing that through to the cover region for easy single. So had induced an errant throw that was not backed up. Unnecessary throw. Gave an easy extra run. Saral's not going to be too pleased with that.
Looks good.
Lofted drive, easily avoids the fielder down there for another single. This time the fielder decides just to safely return it to the bowler rather than having a shy at the stumps. Saral will be coming over the wicket to the new batsman Shahir. Shahir gets off the mark with just an easy tap around the corner for a single. Shahir just getting some applause for getting off the mark. Nice delivery from Saral there, just comfortably kept out by Zohad. Yeah, Shahir is a very good batsman, certainly has good eye, powerful batsman. Hasn't really fired as yet so far in the Liberty Cup, but there's still the final to come, and undoubtedly he'll be appearing in the final later on this afternoon. They look very comfortable getting off the mark there. Comfortably just squirted out towards the covers for an easy single by Zohad. He'll retain the strike at the end of the... Oh, I tell a lie, we've still got one ball left in the over. I miscounted there. So now he's up the non-striker's end. Shahir certainly has plenty of time just to play himself in. Doesn't need to do anything drastic. Although he's certainly found one in his wheelhouse there, and Shahir deposits that one over the boundary for 6 runs to end the over. It brings up the 100 for Midwest. And Shahir might be very happy with that shot, feeling it come off the middle of the bat. Hopefully he can pick up a few quick runs, get himself back into some form with the final looming later on today. Midwest 105 for 1 after 11 overs, just 27 runs required from the next 9 overs. It's a total of 3 runs per over, or a run rate of 3 runs per over. That should be no challenge to this team. Although the game is still in progress, still a few runs to be attained. But despite what appears to be the foregone conclusion here for the first semi-final, it is a beautiful day Here at Bolingbrook, we have another exciting matchup coming for the second semi-finals, where we'll have the Lahore Qalandars versus the Incredibles Cricket Club. Two teams chock full of exciting cricketers. Should make for a very entertaining semi-final. The winner of that match will be progressing through to the final, very, very likely to face the Midwest Cricket Club later on this afternoon. That final scheduled, I believe, to go off at 4:30, depending on the circumstances, somewhere around 4:30, 5 o'clock. We'll give you updates as we get a little bit closer to the time if you're watching. Ravinder to continue. He has picked up the only wicket so far for the United Maharishi team. As such, is retaining himself as the bowling option. So Head's looking to hit at 50. That's a wide delivery, rightly called wide by umpire Mateen, who was well outside the off stump, especially at the angle going across the batsman, who did attempt to play a stroke, wasn't just watching it. So all things considered, that was a fair call of a wide. And bowled him around his legs. Ravinder trying something different, and Zohad, perhaps an unnecessary shot, just trying to get things wrapped up here quickly, sacrificing himself, and clean bowled around the legs, perhaps just clipping the pad on the way through. And Ravinder picks up a second wicket. Midwest a second wicket down. And I'm not going to say that Midwest are in trouble here, but has changed the fortune ever so slightly. So here we are with 26 runs still required. United Maharishi have dismissed both of the opening batsmen. Fair to say that the opening batsmen did do their good job in setting up a platform for what appears to be an easy run home for the Midwest Cricket Club. Once again, stranger things have happened. United Maharishi do not possess a Curtly Ambrose, but he did pick up once against the Australians 7 wickets for 1 run. If United Maharishi could find someone of that stature to come in to bowl at this point, they might be very happy with those results. Shout out to Curtly Ambrose if you are watching today. You were certainly an entertaining player, and I did get the privilege of seeing you in action on a few occasions, both in Australia and in the West Indies. Yes, again the sound of summer lawnmowers going off in the background, thankfully not at 7 o'clock in the morning. Those are the types of lawnmowers where you want to throw rocks at the owners. Wide down the leg side. We have Fahad Mohammed, the new batsman to the crease. First delivery is a wide down the leg side, so really not a first delivery to him at all. And they scamper through for a bonus bye to attach to that wide, so 2 runs coming from that ball and to be re-bowled. And also brings the dangerous Shahir Hassan on strike. Chooses to avoid danger on that occasion, just taps the way through the leg side for no run. Full toss, just driven straight down the field to the fielder at long off. Was fairly full, but not above waist height. No threat of danger to the batsman, and not a no ball, especially at Ravinder's pace. Better delivery on that occasion, right up to the toes of the batsman, just defended easily. Perhaps another 50 deliveries of those type might make this an interesting match. A well-placed fielder there, right about 20 yards away from the bat, just behind square leg, able to field that one easily. No run. Brings us to the final ball of this, the 12th over. Attempted a late cut, perhaps a little bit too close to the body, and a little bit quicker delivery from Ravinder. Bounces off the keeper's pad, no run. Just 4 runs coming from that over, and of course the vital wicket of Zohar Hussain. But as you can see, after 12 overs, Midwest Cricket Club have moved on to 109 for 2 wickets down. There's the batting scorecard. Oh, I'm sorry. We are picking up the wrong graphic there. This is what we wanted to see. Not that either. There we go. Midwest Cricket Club batting. See Fahad Baba and Zohar Hussain, the 2 openers, getting them off to a great start. 52 off 35 to Fahad, 40 off 29 to Ravinder. Shahir Sahan, Fahad Muhammad, the new batters at the crease. Shahir has the one big 6, and the required run rate is now down below 3 runs per over. And we have a new bowler coming on. New bowler is Deepak Sethi. And Shahir Hassan on strike and clears the boundary by easily 15 meters. The boundaries here at Bolingbrook are 65 yards, 65 meters end to end, and 72 meters at their widest square of the wicket. That one down through the cow corner area, probably about a 68 meter boundary. So that ball travelled at least 85 metres for an easy 6. Welcome to the bowling crease, Deepak. Shahir perhaps looking to finish this off quickly so he can come back to the pavilion, get some pizza and have a rest before the final. That one not as elegant a shot, but slapped down to long on for a single. Shahir is not looking troubled at this point. Fahad Muhammad joining the action. Slices that one away, doesn't quite go all the way to the boundary. But comes back for a comfortable 2. He's off the mark. Midwest through to 118, just 14 runs required now to bring the match home. Hey, Mir. Bathroom open? A big shot. Attempt to field on the boundary, volleyball style. Unfortunately didn't do it. We have the umpire calling 6. Have some dispute there on the boundary, so we'll just get this clarified. Maybe a score correction. We'll just get clarification of clarification from the team. Is that officially a 6? Alright, so a good effort there on the boundary, but I believe it's been called 6. Big edge by Fahad Muhammad. They're just going to walk through for an easy single. Just get clarification. The juggling attempt on the boundary was called 6 because he had set foot over the line and touched the ball over the line while he was foot there. But it was a good effort. Certainly hats off for effort and intent on that occasion. Been an expensive over, 16 runs coming from, still 1 ball remaining. Shahir on strike. Slower delivery, Shahir swung over the top of that one. Perhaps a little early on the shot. And finished with a dot ball, but 16 runs coming from it. Midwest moving on to 125 for 2 from their 13 overs. Now 7 runs required from 7 overs. I think you might predict that Midwest are going to bring this one home. Just 1 run.
Target 7 and 7 overs.
Yep. We have people coming up to the commentary box not realizing that we are actually commentating here and just thinking that a casual conversation is in order. There'll be plenty of time for that, and we do appreciate that and appreciate all the participants here today and the friendly banter, which is always welcome. Just have to recognize that when we're on live broadcast that there's a point in time for conversations. But Midwest, I believe, are getting excited. Victory on hand. Seems through to the final. New bowler Zarijit. Stroked away, slapped away. It was a big shot for less result, but nonetheless a single. Off the toe of the bat. Fahad just examining the toe of his bat. He has an RS bat. In Australia, RS means something different. Yes, in Australia, labelling a bat RS might not get you too far. I can say RS. So, shy at the stumps, a few indications there, trying to induce an errant throw from the fielder, but as it was, just a single to Shahir. Good delivery that, even at this late stage. Arijit's certainly persisting, despite the overall target. All bowlers want to go out in style, and individual figures always matter. Defended away, Fahad remains on strike. A big attempted hoik, got the toe of the bat, squirted off to the leg side for a single in the mid-wicket range. Perhaps made it 30 yards to the circle. Shahir on strike for the final ball of this delivery. Shahir might be trying to bring this one home before we hit the 15th over. Let's everyone watch, see what happens. And he does. He does pick up the wicket. Some friendly banter there by Arijit and Shahir. Shaheen succumbed to the ball. He tried to elevate that and pick up the 6 or at least the 4. As it was, he didn't quite time it. To the fielder, to Deepak Sethi, who caught the ball there at the mid-wicket region. Shahir out. Good catch there, sharp chance taken by Deepak. And Shahir, a little bit disappointed that he didn't bring that one home, but he had a nice cameo appearance. Shahir 16 runs off 11 overs, and including, he'll be happy with these 2 big 6s. He looks like he's just starting to find a little bit of form. A little bit playful ending there. He certainly didn't need to do that, and he was having a bit of fun with the bowler. Arijit was happy that they picked up the wicket. So still 4 runs required from 6 overs, less than a run an over. have Hamza coming into bowl. Hamza with the unusual headband over the hat mode of dress. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Perhaps it's his favourite hat, and the clasp at the back doesn't work quite as well anymore and needs to keep it on with a headband. But as it is, he's taking it off and giving it to umpire Lakmal to hold while he comes into bowl. Fard Muhammad on strike, joined at the crease by the new batsman, keeper for Midwest, Sanjay Anand. Has the light, perhaps white arm sleeve there. Surprised batsman hasn't told him to take it off, just as a bit of gamesmanship. Delivers a short one, cut away. They're going to push for two, or look for two. No, they're going to settle for one. Perhaps could have run two, but perhaps Sanjay would like to be on strike and get a ball or two up under his belts before hitting the final here later on today. So just 3 runs required now for Midwest to bring this home. Breeze is picked up here at the Bolingbroke Stadium on a beautiful summer's day. Beaten all ends up by Hamza. Sanjay might be rethinking that. Maybe should have run 2 and let the seasoned batsman remain on strike. Peel for LBW, and he's been given. It did look fairly adjacent. He was right in front of the stumps. He played an awkward pull shot unnecessarily, played across the line. Would have been better served just offering the full face of a straight bat. Hamza picks up a big wicket. Midwest now 4 wickets down. So some late wickets being picked up by United Maharishi. Perhaps a little, or too little too late, but nonetheless satisfied to pick up a wicket at any time of a cricket match. Sanjay will be disappointed with that, but again an unnecessary shot played across the line. Sanjay is pointing at the scorer's shed and saying that was all their fault for him getting out, but we'll give some credit to the bowler for a good delivery and a lot of credit to Sanjay himself for playing an errant stroke. That's going to bring Danish on strike. Danish is a dangerous batsman, probably none of that required at this point. Hamza will be happy with his figures, 1 for 1 of just the 4 balls so far. Again, just 3 runs required for Midwest to bring this home. They're making a little bit of hard work of it here at the death.
Finish it.
Again, thank you to everyone watching out there on Facebook Live. We enjoy bringing you this live broadcast of the Liberty Cup first semi-final here from the beautiful Bolingbroke Stadium on a gorgeous summer's day on a fantastic July the 4th long weekend. Tend to forget on days like this that it is a Monday. Normally we'd all be working on a Monday. Very happy not to be today. Danish looking to get off the mark and ultimately does so. An errant throw at the stumps, who would have been safely home. Danish off the mark and perhaps Fahad Mohammed can bring it home on this, the final ball of the 15th over. Turns it around the corner. They should push for 2. No, they're going to leave it at 1. That ends the 15th over. The scores are now tied. Good throw back to the keeper from Ahmed Qureshi. And that is now the end of the over. 15 overs in the books. Oh, why was that a no ball? Oh, well, stand corrected. That was called a no ball. I'm not sure if it was a front foot no ball. It was called a no ball. So with that and the run coming from the bat, that now completes the match. So ultimately we did not make it to the end of the 15th over because that was a no ball. There was still one legal ball left in the over, but we didn't need it. Midwest bring it home with attaining the target, 132 runs off 14.5 overs, 4 wickets down. Let's just bring up the summaries here for you. So that concludes the first semi-final here from the Bolingbroke Stadium. Just to summarise the match, United Maharishi won the toss, elected to bat first. After their 20 overs, they put up a total of 131 runs for 6 wickets down. At one point, they were looking on pace to score 150, perhaps 160. As it was, some good bowling and some timely wickets by the Midwest Cricket Club pegged them back to just 131. So the run chase came about. We had a very, very good start for Midwest with Fahad Baba picking up 52 of 35 and Zohad Hussain picking up 40 runs of 29. After that start, it was an inevitable run home. Cameo appearance by Shahir Hassan picking up 16. But as it was, Midwest cruised home, picking up the 132 runs target with only 4 wickets down and more than 5 overs to spare. So thank you for watching this first semi-final here from Bolingbroke Stadium. We'll have the second semi-final scheduled to start here in about half an hour or so. So come back and watch the second semi-final. What should be an exciting day's cricket to continue. We have the Lahore Qalandars to face the Incredibles Cricket Club. We'll take a break for the moment. We'll be back in about half an hour.